Hey y'all, it's been a few days, but how y'all doing? Today has been a day, but I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know what's been going on with me and let y'all see what's been happening, what's going on. Let y'all see, let y'all hear what's been going on. So, I got a Shein haul. This is for my doggy, for her. I got an eyeshadow stick from, this is not Temu, this is Shein, I'm sorry. I bought some Sheglam stuff. And this is an eyeshadow stick. I'm not going to open it because nobody got time for that. Excuse me. I got another C cord because every time I turn around, and this is how it's packaged. Excuse me. This is how it's packaged. Did I just turn off my TV? Are you serious right now? Okay. So, y'all just knocked off my power. I don't know how I did that, but I knocked off my power. Like I was saying, okay, I got a C charger cord. And then I bought some lashes. Y'all can see some lashes. I've just been doing, all of my prerequisites for my pre-op things for my pre-op because, as y'all know, my surgery is Monday. I don't know what time it is because they usually call you either the Friday, when it's on a Monday, they call you the Friday before. Sometimes they call you that Sunday. So I may not find out until Sunday what time my actual date is. My time. All I know is on Monday the 15th that I got surgery to have them put in my my pacemaker. Tomorrow I'm going to do my my last pre-op, which is a EKG and a chest x-ray. It's December and January are probably my hardest months, partly because my grandbaby was a stillborn in January, and the month of December was full of, we were at the point where we were going every week and, feeling him kick, believing that he's going to be alive and well, and he wasn't. He never got a chance to open his eyes. He never got a chance to smile. He never got a chance to see his parents, to meet his parents. Oh, and by the way, Isis and my youngest son are his parents. So Isis is not only my goddaughter, but she is my grandbaby mama. No, Isis and my son are not in a relationship. They are best friends. When they were probably 18 or 20, or somewhere around there, they made an agreement that if she wasn't in a relationship or if he wasn't in a relationship, that they would have a baby. So he'll be 7 next month. I don't know, it's a lot. And then my own personal journey on top of that is, you know, before I had my youngest son, I had a miscarriage. At my 6th month, I was like 2 or 3 days from being 7 months, and her birthday would have been the same birthday as my grandson's birthday was. So, and she would have been 39. She would have turned 30. She would be turning 39 January 10th. But so you know, I just got a lot going on. You know, being stage 4, this not being my first rodeo, and then all these deaths. It's like, and then, you know, anniversaries are a lot. They're a lot. When I did my, what did I do? Okay, so my PET scan on Thursday it was okay. I have a little fluid on my lungs, which is to be expected. I have asthma, plus, well, I got stage 4 cancer. And, which is part of the reason that I cough. Between the cancer and the asthma, them two always be messing with me. So I am a little bit discombobulated. I don't understand why, but I mean, I was preparing myself for this video and it seemed like I'm all over the place. I think it threw me off that I see my power go out. I was like, what is going on? But anywho, there's no cancer. There's some fluid on my lungs, but to be expected. There's the cancer that's in my bones is still there. It just hasn't moved. It hasn't shrunk. Well, I don't know if it's shrunk or not. I just know it hasn't gone anywhere. And it hasn't done anything. So they said that's a good thing. But when I was diagnosed, I had, well, they call it lights. They say I had some lights on this shoulder, on my spine. I had like 2 or 3 on my left hip. My left hip, my kidney, and my liver. Oh, and they thought there was something on my lungs, but they wasn't sure. So, kind of sort of that. But, thus far, everything's been okay. I haven't had any problems with anything for 2 years solid now. 2 years. 2 whole years now. I just made my 4th year on the 2nd of December of stage 4. Well, stage 4. And I'm getting to the point to where chemo is like, I'm not bouncing back like, you know, I have an everyday pill that I take, and then I have an intravenous. Now, 2 years ago, they dropped it from every Monday, well, to 4 times a month, to 1 time a month because my cancer was under control. So now I only have the everyday pill, and I'm down to once a month. And then I also have, I have a magnesium drip because the medications that I'm on that control my heart, what's going on with my heart and my blood pressure, because, of course, the cancer medicine that I take messes with my blood pressure and my heart and my kidneys and my liver. So every other month I'm in liver failure or kidney failure. It is what it is. I'm still here. But adding the stent last year, I got a stent in my heart. That was scary. That was really scary. And then I got a stent, and then I got, I think that's it, stent. Well, first was it exploratory? Yeah, first they explored to see what was going on and to see if, how much of my heart was blocked or if I had a blockage or what was going on. That's kind of when they found out that I had blood clots. So I'm on blood thinners. I'm on it's now 26 or 27 different medications, y'all. Some of that mess I gotta take 3-4 times a day. I don't always remember to take it 3 or 4 times a day. I'm sometimes lucky if I take it twice a day. Because, y'all, between menopause fog and chemo brain, my memory is girl. And then I got something going on with this finger. Wait. This finger. I don't know if it's arthritis. I don't know if it's carpal tunnel. I have no idea what's going on. But periodically, it just stick. It'll just stick. Which I don't want to do that because it's going to hurt. And the pain is not the business. So, I don't know. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. So that's part of the reason that I've been in this depression. I've been kind of in a funk. But I feel better now that I talked to my psychiatrist. When I talked to my psychiatrist on Thursday morning. That made me feel a lot better because sometimes y'all make me feel better when I make a video, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes it makes me even more sad because I made the video and I talked about what's going on with me, and it's not always the business. But sometimes it just is what it is. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. And sometimes you got to accept what you think your fate is. And I honestly don't know what my fate is, honestly. I could not tell you. I have no idea from one day to the next what's going to happen, what's going to be, who it's going to be, that it's going to be. Wait, I feel like this is kind of far. Hold on, let's see. Okay, hold on. And let's see if you're going to sit up here. Okay. All right. It just kind of is what it is, Sometimes not sometimes, a lot of times being an adult is ghetto. It's just ghetto. There's so many things that you don't want to face, but you gotta face. And because you're an adult, you should be able to face it, but you don't want to face it. You don't want to deal with it. But it is what it is. It is. Sometimes I think that I'm here just to help people, give them a place to stay, take their kids, help them with their kids. And I'm you only got one child and you can't handle one kid? You can't handle one? I don't know. I managed to handle 2 kids. They were both boys. Got them through school. They don't sag. They haven't been to penitentiary. They have not been to jail. They haven't been to juvenile hall. they keep a job. One's going to nursing school. One is a counselor at a homeless. My oldest is a counselor at a homeless shelter. I don't know why they chose him that, because he is mean as hell, and people don't be wanting to listen to him, and I can understand why, because he don't say things eloquently. He say things in a manner that make you want to punch him in the face. Yeah, he's that one. He's that one. Now my youngest, he's that guy that when he's done, he's done. Now he's a Libra like me. We have this much patience for liars. We have this much patience for shenanigans. We have this much patience for your just, if it ain't 100%, we don't want none of that. And we'll let you do that not 100% for a few times, you know what I'm saying? We will. But once we're done, we're done. There's no going back. There's no letting you apologize. I mean, you can apologize, but when we're done, we're done. We're just done. There's no, and we don't play that going back to people. You're the same person. It's just a different day. You haven't changed. Nor do you want to change. Nor do you think you need to change, because see, you think that it's everybody else's problem. It ain't yours. It's them. Don't nobody got time for that. And you shouldn't let nobody do that to you. Everybody has choices. It may not be the choice that you want. It may not be the choice you necessarily think you need, but you got a choice. Nobody, even if they put a gun to your head, I mean, I'm sorry, I've had my gun put to my head a few times and I'm still here. Still here. The first time I was 6 months pregnant. I think it was a few weeks before I had my oldest son. Anyway, we was dropping him off at work, and we were in the alley in K Street Mall where there used to be a McDonald's. If you know, you know. And this guy just comes out. Because we were sitting in the car and we were talking, and I said, I think somebody over there by that garbage can. Excuse me, y'all know every time I get on here, I have heartburn. I don't even understand why, but it do. He gonna say, why are you so nervous today? What's going on? Dude, I ain't got no sleep. Your baby is kicking me in my guts. He's stabbing me. He elbowing me. And you want to know why I ain't slept? Sir? So, you know, we're bantering back and forth, and someone comes to the door and says something. And he's like, okay, I gotta go. So he kisses me. I look down. I don't know what I looked down for. Oh, no. I think I drove that morning because it was kind of chilly that morning. I didn't want to get out the car again. So I drove. And I was like, could you hurry up? It's cold out here. Hello? We cold. And, you know, he gets out the car, he walks around the car, and then some dude just runs up on him and grabs him and throws him down the ground. I was like, what in the hell is going on up in here? So then the guy tells me to get out the car. I was like, what I got to do with what's going on with y'all? I don't got nothing to do with that. I said, but to let you know, first opportunity, I'm calling the popo. And we are downtown, so I'm liable to pass the popo before I even pull out this alley. So I'm just going to let them know this is what's going on. He's like, oh, no, you're going to get out the car. So Was we even married then? Were we? No, we wasn't. We wasn't. My oldest was born at. We already had a wedding date. We were already going to get married that October, the month of my birthday. But and my oldest wasn't supposed to come to that July. It's supposed to have been around about his dad's birthday. This fool came a whole 6 weeks early. It was like a week or two after that incident with the homeboy putting a gun to my stomach, and I was like, if you're gonna shoot me, go ahead and shoot me. But don't play. Don't play. It's supposed to be if you pull a gun, you're supposed to use a gun. That's supposed to be the rules. This fool was like, I just want you to do what I want you to do. Then you have come across the wrong black girl, because I don't listen to nobody. I don't. Sorry, sir. So he's yelling, and I start paying attention because there was this dude who used to work at the McDonald's that used to have the same kind of accent, and it was like, he just seemed familiar to me. So we go in. Well, first he's trying to get my husband to answer. Well, he was my baby dad then. He was trying to get him to open the door. So when he opens the door, I'm still standing there because, well, I need to go. I'm innocent. I can't control nothing that's going on in here. I don't work here. So he's like, well, I don't need you to be a witness, and I need to do what I do, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay. My kid's dad is like, could you just come on before he shoot my baby? And I was like, before he shoot your baby? You understand that the baby is in me, right? If he shoot the baby, he shoot me. Sir? That's how you feel? So, see, I had already kind of felt a certain way about that. Anyway, we're sitting in there, and he's trying to, the safe is on a timer. This is how I knew he worked there, because it was like 5 something in the morning, and they were doing prep. My kid's dad was one of the managers on duty, and in order for him, before they can even put the drawers in, the safe has got to unlock, because they got to get the money out the safe. The dudes say, we got a few more minutes before the safe opens. We got a few more minutes. And he just kept saying that, right? And I'm just like, I kept looking at my kid's dad, and I was like, you know him. We know who that is. And he was like, what you keep saying? I said, I think we know you. He said, what you mean? What you mean? I said, I think we know you. Because how do you know that safe is on a timer if you ain't worked here before? Sir, how do you know this? I said, what's going on? He was like, I need you to be quiet. So, I'm so over all of it. And like I said, it was hella early in the morning. And I was tired. I was cranky. Plus, I was kind of hungry. And I was like, can y'all fix me something? So they made me a sandwich. I think I took like 2 or 3 bites, and that made me sick because I was kind of stressing. So he went and let in, my kid's dad went and let everybody in. And it was like 3 or 4 people that was already in there. And then it was me, him, and then the dude that was trying to rob the place. And I was like, I want to go home. I need to go to sleep before it's time for me to have to get back up and come get you. I want to go home. So the guy was like, well, no one's leaving here until I get what I need to get. And I was like, okay, sir, but we got like 20 more minutes before the safe opens, and like you keep telling us, we got a few more minutes before the safe opens, so we're going to have to sit here. I said, but once the safe opens, I said, what you going to do? I said, because it's only X amount of dollars in there. It ain't like It's the whole, I said, they've already done bank drops. I said, you are aware of that, right? There ain't like no whole bunch of money in there. And he's looking at me, he's going, well, what do you know all about? I said, well, dude, did you not see me come in with a manager? Did you not see me come in with a manager? You don't think that I know what goes on? But y'all, needless to say, before he got halfway down the mall, the police was already coming because I had already snuck and pushed the button. Evidently, he didn't know that there was a button, which I didn't either. I didn't until I leaned over to dry heave, and I just happened to glimpse that there was a button. And I said, what's that for? And my kid's dad was like, shh. I was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Have you met me? Have you met me? And while he's talking his junk, I'm like, I'm over there pressing the button. Because that's just what I do. Then the phone starts ringing, right? And he's like, don't answer it, don't answer it, don't answer it. Now, this is where he was dumb at. I was like, if nobody answers the phone this time of morning, it's going to make the owner call. And then the owner's going to want to call the popo because nobody's answering the phone. He's going to want to know what's going on. Because at a certain time, the owner, I think it's the owner. I believe it was the owner. That was a long time. That was like 40 years ago, y'all. Because my oldest is 40 now. And no one was answering the phone. The phone was just ringing off the hook. He's just ringing off the hook. So he going to take the phone off the hook. I say, you trying to have somebody call the police, huh? He said, what you mean? I say, the doors don't open till 7. There's supposed to be someone in here doing prep something, however you say that. And there's supposed to be, one of these managers is supposed to be answering the phone because for one, they got to make sure that whoever calls in sick got to be logged in before a certain time because they got to call in an hour before they're supposed to be there. So if nobody's answering the phone, that's going to start, see, the people going to start calling the other numbers to find out why nobody's answering the phone. So now you're going to start a chain reaction that's going to rush the police here. And you still ain't even gotten a safe yet. So he's like, my kid's dad is so mad at me because I'm telling all the business. But I'm just over it. And I'm just like, dude, come on. I said I want to go home. I said, my baby is tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of him. He probably tired of me. We gonna go none-nut. He might not go none-nut, but I'm going none-nut. So, needless to say, homeboy was called, and it ended up being somebody that used to work there. And the same person I thought who it was him. Because this dummy is he's running down K Street Mall in Sacramento at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Why are you running down the street? And then he didn't let nobody do any prep, so that whole morning they was just behind. Everybody who wanted to get their meal and get out of there couldn't get their meal and get out of there because he didn't let them turn the stove on. He didn't let them turn on none of the heaters or whatever you call them things, the heater ups. Wait, the warmer things. None of the stuff that worked in the kitchen to get McDonald's on its way. He didn't let them people do none of that. We was all trapped in this little office that was probably, let's just say it was so small, everybody we could feel each other's body heat, and people were touching. That's how little that office was. But he got caught. They got their money back. They let everybody go home. They closed that McDonald's that day for a few hours. They closed it for the morning stuff. He just lost money on the money thing, but he let it open up. I think it was like 12 for the lunch people. But yeah, that was something. So when I say I've been through some stuff, girl, child, let me tell you, I done been through some craziness, and yet I'm still here. I'm still here. That's why I say life is full of ups and downs. It's full of sideways and sidewindings, and you're gonna meet people who are supposed to be there for a good time, not a long time. You're gonna meet people who are supposed to be there to start shenanigans, do the shenanigans, and then you never see them again. Nothing is promised. Every day we have something that should have happened that didn't happen, something that did happen that shouldn't have happened. And there's always something that you gotta overcome, and something that you gotta pretend to do better by, or do better of. Is that right? No, do better by. So when people say, sorry, my nose is itching, that they're tired, are we really tired? Are you really not ready to have an opportunity to have another day, to have the opportunity to do something better than you did today, to look forward to doing something better next week? Are you really? And I know right now, we got this president who, he's doing the most. He is. And he's got people showing their true colors. Because, y'all, I'm from the dirty. And I may have been here for a few years, but I grew up watching my aunties and my uncles and my grandpa, my mom and my dad bow their heads to them people and say yes sir and call people boss, and not give eye contact. Now it's like, if you don't give someone eye contact, what I'm saying, it's the difference between getting a job and not having a job. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it seems like they're trying to go back to that, where you're grown just like the other person's grown, but yet you're supposed to make yourself small to make them feel whatever it is they think they need to feel. I don't think that's fair, but this is the life these people want, and no one deserves to have to feel like they're not as good as you. We all put our pants on one leg at a time, whether you got one leg, no legs, two legs. You still put your pants on one stump, one leg at a time. You do. We all gotta poop. We all gotta pee. We all gotta throw up at times. We do. We all get sick. We are all human beings. We all breathe. We blink. You know what I'm saying? We all have wants and needs and aspirations. We do. God made everybody supposedly in his image, but yet there are so many people who believe that we just fell on this earth. There's no God. It's just what they believe. And you're supposed to believe what they believe. And if you believe anything different, they're afraid of you. They want to put you in a corner somewhere. They want to lock you up. Y'all. But, needless to say, kind of went on a tangent. I don't even know where that came from at all. I don't. But tomorrow I'm going to go get my EKG and my chest x-ray to get the last of my... Oh, and I think I need blood work. I don't know how they're going to do that. Because, y'all, let me tell you what these people be doing when I need blood work. Okay. They already know I have a port. The regular lab is not equipped with an ultrasound machine to find a vein for me. So they expect me to go into the regular lab, have them stab me 25 times, still not get any blood, for them to tell me that they need blood work. I don't get it. Just like they never know that I'm an amputee. I've been with Kaiser since my oldest was, I think, 2. No, when we had my youngest. Since 87. It's 2025. I've been an amputee since 74. But these people never seem to know that I'm an amputee. I get stupid stuff like, where's her other leg? What's going on? And they're looking under my gown like my leg is just hid from them. Like I hid it. Like you can actually hide your leg from someone. I ain't sitting Indian style. I'm not sitting up on my knee. Well, just up on your knees or your feet. I'm not sitting no kind of way. I'm old. My knee don't go like that no more. Sorry, it doesn't go like that. Don't bend like that no more. It don't do none of that. They be doing the most. And you know, I have this much patience. Well, okay, maybe I got this much. And I say, been an amputee since 74. I don't need your help. But if I need help, I'll let you know. I will. Now, I might need your help when I get off this little bitty table because it's hard as heck to sit up. And the table's only big enough for, let's just say your shoulders be hanging, well, my shoulders hang off because I got some broad shoulders. Hang off the table. That's the same table that you be in when you get a port. It's the same table that you be in when they put in a, no, I take that back. That's the actual bed. When they put the stent in, you're on an actual bed. But like usually when you have surgery, you're on an actual bed. But now when they transfer you, the bed is small. And it looks like a cross. So when you go into the surgery room, it's all these giant lights. And then that bed is in the middle of, like, there's a light here, there's a light here, and there's like a light here. And there might be one like down here somewhere. And it's facing up this way, like this. And it's bright as heck in there. And immediately it is 0.3 degrees. When they open that door, you feel that breeze. It's like, you're like, dang, it's cold. But it's cold in there because they need for you to not get no infections. And if it's warm in there, there's a possibility you can get infections since they got you wide open. So just be mindful. By the time you go to sleep, you're not going to really notice that it's cold in there. Until when they wake you up Sometimes they wake you up still in the surgery room. Sometimes they wait until you get recovery, and then they wake you up. And sometimes it be somebody that's touching you, or they're rubbing you. You know, they're rubbing your hand, or they're rubbing your arm, or they're squeezing your arm, and they're saying your name. And sometimes they be saying it really slow. So sometimes you hear it, but you don't know it's real. And then you'll feel someone squeezing you, and then all of a sudden someone will come close to your face. Like they'll be like this close, y'all. And y'all see, they'll be like this close. And they'll say your name. Mind you, most of the time it jars you because, hello, you're asleep. And you're hearing a voice, you don't know who that is, saying your name. Like, why are you calling my name? What's going on? Because, of course, you done forgot that you done just had surgery. And I don't know why you do that, but you do. You forget. You forget. But, yeah. So, gonna get the rest of my pre-op done. I'm also going to end this video because I'm just rambling and I need to stop the madness. But y'all know, y'all been watching me for a while, so y'all know I ramble. Y'all know. Y'all know. You sit down, you got to get you something to drink, get you some popcorn, and just listen to me talk. I'm going to say some stuff that's, you know, it's going to be interesting. It's just going to take me a minute to get around to it. And I think I'm funny, so you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might say a few jokes here and there. I'm funny. But, y'all, let's have some tolerance. Let's have some patience. Let's think about other people. Because we're on this earth with others. And we need to start loving each other. We need to have some tolerance. We do. So let's do that. And for those of you parents who's doing this gentle parenting, stop it. Stop it. Beat that kid. Beat that kid. That kid ain't got no business calling you by your name. That kid has no business telling you they don't feel like doing what you just told them to. If one of my kids had said something like that to me, if one of my niece or nephews had said something like that, you gonna get popped. Do you hear me? You gonna get popped. And I'm gonna look you in your eyes and let you know I popped you and why I popped you. And if you keep on going on, you're gonna get popped again. And it may not be one time, it might be a few times I'm popping you. But you're gonna get popped. Stop all this. Y'all, come on. The Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child. We don't need no spoiled children around here. We don't need no spoiled adults. We don't. It don't prepare you for life because life does not spoil you. Life tries to... I was going to say something inappropriate. Life tries to do you without no reach around, no grease, and no lovely whispers in your ear. It do. Let's teach our kids that life is hard out here. And if you're not ready for it, I mean, if you're not preparing these kids for the reality that life is, especially if they're a brown person, you're doing a major injustice to that child to be an adult. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my ear. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's my hair that's going on in my ear. It's just getting on my nerves. But y'all, I'll talk to you soon. I'm going to try. That's all I can promise. I'm going to try to do a video the day of the appointment. I don't know what time it's going to be. So y'all, I don't know. But it is what it is. So y'all, be good out there. Let's love one another. Let's have some patience. Let's have some tolerance. Let's do better than what we did today. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be good.